So we first started thinking about this trip 3 years ago, and we got serious about it a couple of years ago, and it started to feel like a reality when we were able to connect with Souls for Souls. And it's taken a lot of planning to get here, but we never envisioned the impact that it would have for us, for our student athletes. And so finally being able to actually be here and see the children and see their reaction to us caring about them and their conditions, and actually getting a pair of shoes has been overwhelming.
So UGA in particular they're really leading athletics in the United States just by having all these student athlete development opportunities. So when we first started talking to UGA, this is something that they've been wanting to do. This is their first international trip, and so Souls for Souls, we're honored to be a part of that. And so, sometimes we were talking about different places to go, and we in particular chose Costa Rica because we knew there was the UGA Costa Rica campus here. There's a ton of cultural immersion opportunities, and so it allowed us, by being here, to create this dynamic opportunity for not only give shoes away, but also just immerse ourselves in the culture, which has been fantastic.
Coming here, it shows you that there's so much more to the world than just United States and the craziness that we live in. Whether it be just, getting away from, whether it be coming back again and helping out another way, or whether it be just like in my thoughts, don't take everything for granted. And to see that kids like this, that while I may have a lot of shoes, and these kids just, are dying to get one, and so grateful for one pair. So it definitely puts perspective on things, and will help me as I go forward in my life.
I think this trip is most important to me because it actually gives me a chance to reflect and see how much I've transformed over the years, because growing up, I can see myself in some of these kids, and not to say that I can even relate to the amount of poverty that these people live in, but I know how it is when you are not given that much growing up. Me growing up, sometimes there's no lights, sometimes there's no food, sometimes there's no shoes, there's no clothes for the next day. But you kind of learn how to deal with that as a kid, and there's not really a way that you can teach someone how to live like that. And so when I see these kids come in here and just okay with their situation, it kind of reminds me of myself, and I'm just like, it's so powerful when a child has the capacity to carry themselves in such a demeanor that it doesn't even faze them that they don't have.
There's so much power behind a pair of shoes. It's not just about a pair of shoes. It's so much more than that. These are 1,200 souls, 1,200 bright futures. And so, through these distributions, we're able to connect with these kids and just for a moment be a part of that. They give us so much of themselves, and us give to them. So there's so much hope and love that we've given and received throughout these distributions that have been a beautiful thing.
Service leadership is so important because it gets you outside your comfort zone. It gets you on a different perspective. Sometimes you can be so sheltered in the United States and not be able to look at things from a different side or anything like that. So just experiencing a culture like this will prepare you for, anything that if you go out of the States in the future with your future jobs or just meeting different kinds of people, different cultures, it will prepare you to be open to that.
Definitely, it really pushes you out of your comfort zone, just between whether it be the salsa dancing we did, or just me and then going to the kids, speaking the language I know very little of, and just trying to relate to these kids. It pushes you in different ways you haven't been pushed. Definitely being a foreign country, and it's been a great experience and helped us grow and develop skills that we normally wouldn't have.
Group of student athletes, I got chills. They're awesome all around. They exhibit qualities of leaders. They have compassion. We've seen kids give the shoes off their feet. We've seen kids firsthand connect and understand what it's like to be in these circumstances, and they've just been exceptional in every way. They have adapted quickly, they've been flexible, they've taken ownership and initiative in their projects, and they've been a joy, absolute joy to partner with.
Honestly, it's humbling. Like sometimes when you get caught up in Athens, Georgia, when you get to go pick up 2 or 3 pairs of shoes a semester, you just kind of get caught up in that, and you don't get to see how much that really means to someone who doesn't have anything. And so, just for instance, today I met a little kid, and he basically was saying that this means love to him. This means, like, he gave me this bracelet because he said, "You're my best friend. You love me, like you gave me shoes." And he walks to school every single day by himself because his older brother and sister are in high school. And so he doesn't really have anyone around him when he's going to school, in school. And so for us to come here and give him a pair of shoes, a pair of Nike shoes, there's so much intrinsic value for me. Like you can't put a price on that.
For us in athletics, you know, being a part of higher education is really important, and we take it seriously. And when you talk about teaching and serving and inquiring into the nature of things, our student athletes have been able to do that the last 4 days, and they've been able to do all of that. And it's been a wonderful experience for me to just be able to watch it unfold. And they may not realize it all right now, but these last few days changed their lives forever. And that's something that I think is really, really special about the University of Georgia.